Well, honestly, I think that we should be a lot busier. If people could go into the water and enjoy it and have fun, like they do in Obi, like where our other location is by the beach, I honestly believe that this place would be much, much busier. Again, just for people to be able to enjoy the water, it's such a shame. It's such a beautiful place. You know, they deserve it. You know what I mean? Just trying to keep our prices low. You know, like we were just talking about. 2 slices in a beer, $11. Can't beat that anywhere. We're just trying to maintain our prices so that, you know, people can still come in and enjoy food, because, you know, everything's expensive nowadays, you know.
Well, there's a number of federal solutions that are in the works right now. The Environmental Protection Agency has come up with a comprehensive infrastructure solution. It's a plan that they've actually laid out, kind of a comprehensive fix of both infrastructure that addresses wastewater and infrastructure that addresses the trash coming across the border. There's kind of 3 main projects. One, to repair and expand their national wastewater treatment plant. Second one is to build a U.S. side river diversion to be able to treat the flow of water in the river. And the third one is to really implement water recycling projects in Mexico, because at some point in the future, and we all realize this, water is a resource, and any water flowing down the river valley is going to be of value for the citizens of Tijuana. So we want Mexico to implement these water recycling programs that then adds value to you know, the polluted water that's in the river. And then that water can be reused, and thus it's not coming across the border and causing pollution in our area. Oh, I guess the real difficult part here is that you really do rely on the federal government stepping up and helping implement these binational programs and funding sources to control this pollution coming from Mexico. The sad reality of this is the farther you get away from the policymaking folks, so the farther you are away from DC, which we're pretty far away, and the farther you are away from Sacramento, the harder it is to implement these policies. And we're pretty far away from both those places, from both the state and the federal side. So it's taken a lot of effort to educate and inform our elected folks, educate and inform the rest of the community that our issues matter. The sewage crisis in Imperial Beach is just devastating for our residents. It's heart-wrenching for both me and the citizens that have been here for a long time that have to live day in, day out with not only the sewage that's in the water, but the daily reminder of the smell. That when you can smell the pollution, you know it's not good. We've always had poor water quality in Imperial Beach, and we've always been working on trying to address you know, the marginal water quality and the trash that's coming down the Tijuana River Valley. But the issue is so bad right now that you smell it every single day. It's so bad right now that people's healths are being impacted who live down by the coast or who are living in the river valley.
Now we're seeing people getting sick because of the strong smell, the hydrogen sulfide smell. So things like asthma, emphysema, COPD, those people, young people and the elderly actually have the hardest time with this. So they affect people's eyes. You get conjunctivitis from that bad smell. And so it's making people with breathing problems have a lot harder time. So and now it's not just related to going in the water, it's people outside the water in the community.
I think you answered that question, but you can have GI illness, which is nausea, vomiting, diarrhea.
In addition, we also see skin and soft tissue infections. So if you're walking on the beach and you get a little cut in your skin, now we see bacteria that you normally don't see in cuts, things like E. coli. Those are bacteria that come from the gut, from sewage.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing infections that you normally wouldn't expect to see in cuts. So we see those, we see sinus infections, pneumonias.
E. coli sinus infections. Meningitis can be deadly, and it's possible to get all these infections from the sewage. Yeah. I mean, we don't, I think the problem is we haven't studied a lot of it. We don't know, nobody was looking. And so we don't know, which is why it's great the CDC is coming in to help us out. We need something bigger than us to look at this and help us manage it.
Well, actually, our biggest concern is what is the long-term, what are the long-term effects of people being exposed to these? It's not just the sewage, it's the chemicals, it's the heavy metals. We're very concerned that 10, 20 years from now, we're going to see problems like leukemias, dementia, autoimmune disorders, Parkinson's, autoimmune disorders, because there's not just sewage. Sewage can make you get a pneumonia, it can make you get a skin infection, it can make you have trouble breathing or a sinus infection or intestinal problems. That we see quickly. But our bigger concern is this the next Flint, Michigan? Are we going to be seeing people that lived all along the river? There's hundreds of thousands of people that are exposed to this every day for years. Are they going to have long-term effects of this and illnesses? So that's our big concern.
Fix the sewage problem, right? And fix it in a permanent fix. There have been temporary fixes in the past, but then it just happens again and again. This has been going on for decades. We need somebody to have the political will to make this happen and to fix it forever so that we are not exposed tomorrow, we're not exposed 10 years, 100 years down the road. And again, I think that needs to come with political will and funding as well. A state of emergency is what we need on the federal level, but I'll be honest with you, I feel like it's being ignored on the state level. We haven't had much movement with Gavin Newsom. He was down here recently and visited the pandas at the zoo, and he's 10 miles north of here, and he did not come down and look at the sewage or smell the sewage or talk to any of our residents in our community.